right, so we're going to start our first lesson in fourth quarter for math, Landon. We are starting to do telling time. We started learning about telling time in first grade before we had to leave school. We learned that there's two different types of clocks. Do you remember what type of clock this is?
Analog.
Very good, an analog clock. And if you look down at your computer or at your smartboard and you see a number with a colon and then two other numbers, that is called a digital clock. Whenever you write the time, you usually write it the digital way. So we are going to watch a little video to remind us about the different types of clocks and the words that are, the numbers and the words that are on the clock, and then we'll do our lesson. So I'm going to share our screen. Okay, get out of this. Give me a thumbs up if you can hear it once it starts. Can you hear it? Okay.
We use a clock to measure time. These are all clocks. This is a clock. This is a clock. Both clocks show the time. This is called a digital clock. The numbers change to show the time. These are all digital clocks. This is another kind of clock. It is called an analog clock. It is usually round and has numbers on it. It has hands that go around. The hands show the time. A digital clock shows the time with numbers. This is another kind of clock. It is called an analog clock. It is usually round and has numbers on it. It has hands that go around.
Digital clock. Digital clock.
Digital clock.
Analog clock. Analog clock.
Analog clock. Let's learn about the parts of the analog clock. This is the face of the clock. The face of the clock has numbers on it. The numbers go from 1 to 12. The numbers show the hour. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. These are the hands of a clock. The hands of a clock move to the right. The hands move clockwise around the face of the clock. Clockwise is in this direction. This is the hour hand. It is the short hand. It is called the hour hand because it measures hours. This is the minute hand. It is the long hand. It is called the minute hand because it measures minutes. This is the face of a clock. The face of a clock has numbers on it. These are the hands of a clock. Clockwise is in this direction.
Face of a clock. Face of a clock.
Face of a clock.
Hands of a clock. Hands of a clock.
Hands of a clock.
Clockwise. Clockwise.
Clockwise.
Okay. So that just gave us some information about an analog clock and a digital clock. If I showed you my clock right now, the hour hand is pointing to the 8th and the minute hand is on the 12th. What time is that?
8 o'clock.
It's 8 o'clock. Very good. Now, because when the hour hand points directly to the hour, we know automatically that it's blank o'clock. So we really don't even need the minute hand. So if do you see this clock right here, Landon?
Mhm.
Okay. Because the hour hand is pointing to the 3, we automatically know that it's 3 o'clock. So you can write it the digital way, 3 colon, which is ... 00. Or if you wanted to write it out, you could write 30 apostrophe clock. We're going to look at analog clocks and write it the digital way. So you can write it on your whiteboard. So let's look at this one. Can you tell me, can you write on your whiteboard, what time is that clock showing? And then show me your whiteboard. What time is this clock showing? Can you show me on your whiteboard? Can I see what you got there, Landon?
My marker doesn't work.
Oh, okay, well, that's okay. Would you have written this 9:00? Can you go get a new marker real quick? Okay, I'll wait. Okay, you good? All good? Now look at this one, Landon. Look at the hour hand. Can you write on your board what time this shows? And then show it to me. Very good, it's 11 o'clock. Now look at this clock. Can you write that time, please? Let's see it. Excellent. So just because you can see the hour hand pointing directly at the 7, we know that that is automatically 7 o'clock. Now there are 6 clocks that you're going to be writing the time for. So I want you to erase your whole board. And I want you to number it, and I'll show you how I did it. I'm gonna go 1, 2, 3, and then on the other side, 4, 5, 6. You see how I did mine? Can you number your board like that? 1, 2, 3, and then put some space, and then 4, 5, 6. And then show me after you're done with that. Show me your board that's numbered when you're ready. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, well, we'll just do 4 and then we'll erase and do the next. So we're just gonna do 4. Now you're not gonna show me your board until we do 4 of them, okay? So next to number 1, I want you to write down this time, please. Write down the time for number 1. All right, good. And now for number 2. You ready for number 2?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Please show me the time for number 2. Let's see it. Good job. Okay, number 3. Show me that time, please. Number 3. What was number 3? 1 o'clock? Good. Now number 4. Number 4, 8 o'clock. Good. Now you might want to erase because we have 2 more times to write. Okay, you ready? Next one, number 5. Go ahead. Very good. And number 6. Excellent. Oh, number 6. Is that a 5 or is that a 2? Landon, look at number 6. Is it, what time is that?
Five.
For this one right here, the last one? See, it's pointing to the 2. Good. Okay. So you can erase your board and cap your marker. Now, Landon, do you know where all your workbooks are that you picked up from school?
No.
Well, someone should have picked them up from school for you. And if you find it, we're in chapter 9. And I want you to write these page numbers down on your board. Because if you want, you can do a little bit of extra work with telling time to the hour. You can start on page 554 and go to 544 to 548. So you can write that down. Can you write that down on your board? And then I'm sure you have your books somewhere. I don't know if they're there with your mom or with your dad.
I did it, it's just I don't know where they are.
Okay, well, just write down these pages just in case you want to do a little extra practice with telling time to the hour. Okay, so if you get your chapter 9 book, whenever you find it, they're gonna look like this, and all you're doing is reading the hour hand just like we did, so it's super easy. Okay?
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna stop sharing and I'm gonna stop recording, and